Good morning. If you are tuning in, let me know that you are here. This is just like an impromptu live today. So what we're doing, you're gonna hear my dogs. I am actually going to be going away for a team retreat that I'm hosting in Delaware, and I leave tomorrow morning. So Brent is home and he is working all this overtime, so I need to make him his favorite ham chowder. So come cook with me, and we're gonna talk about some other things too. So let me get the rest of my potatoes. I'll be right back. I look like I'm going to the grocery store. So I know I had a couple questions I need to answer and that I missed in this group. So if you have any questions, please comment below. And I think I got maybe a little too many potatoes, but we're going to make some extra, so Colby also has some leftovers. But anyway, welcome to my kitchen. I just started rambling. I have been asked on several occasions, let me get my ham steak. First, let's talk about, I have been asked, do you always get up, get your hair done, to get your makeup done, get dressed before you start your day? And the answer is most of the time, 98% of the time, the answer is yes. Simply because when I started doing Pampered Chef full time and I left my corporate job, I had decided I'm just going to work it just like I would my corporate world. So I would have to get up and get dressed and showered and everything anyway, so I just do it. So, and another question I get asked is, how many hours do you spend on Pampered Chef? So we're going to cut this up and I'm going to answer those questions. But you know what, guys? Follow me or stay here. I got to go get corn. I forgot that too before I jumped in here. So hold please. I'll be right back. Make a trip to the basement to get our corn. So how many hours a week do I spend on Pampered Chef? And that question kind of is a hard one to answer. And let me tell you why. So for me, I work whenever my husband works. So with this job, you can pretty much make your own hours, right? So for me, I had dedicated, and I still do in my mind, 40 hours a week, because that's what I would do working for someone else. And when I left my corporate job, that's exactly what I kept doing, was just 40 hours a week, because I was used to that. So I had decided, what I love about it is the flexibility. The flexibility is you can work anywhere. So even though you might see me at Daytona, boys, stop it, stop, no. Daytona for a bike week, I was still working from my phone. So I love the fact that you can really work anywhere. So typically 40 hours a week. If Brent works 12-hour days, which that's what his schedule is. Stop! That's what his schedule is. That's what I work, 12-hour days. I do try to get to every single question and comment and request that I can, but I am only human. And I also do have a life outside of Pampered Chef. I typically, between 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m., I typically try to shut down because that is when we have dinner, clean up, and things like that. And my husband goes to bed, I go back to work. I am currently, once we get back from my retreat, I will be changing that. So what I plan on doing is getting up when he leaves for work at 4:30, yes, a.m., and working until we go to bed at 9. That way we have a little bit more balance. I do not have any small children at home, so it does allow me a little bit more. I can do a little bit more with the business. Do I regret? Another question. Do you still love it? And do you regret it? I regret nothing. In fact, that's how I live my life. I don't regret anything that has happened in my life, because things that have happened was like road that helped me get to where I am today. So everything that happens in your life, at one point you wanted it, one point you needed it, or it's a lesson and it's a pathway that you needed to take to get to where you are currently. And I am very satisfied with where I am right now. I do love to share the business and helping other people. And let's face it, more people are working from home or cooking at home more. It's healthier, it's cheaper. Maybe at first buying all your groceries and everything that you need might be a little bit more because groceries are going up. But honestly, cooking at home is way better on your wallet and on your waistline. So what we are doing today, I know I have some more people that are tuning in. I'm making Brent some ham chowder, which is his favorite. So anybody who follows me knows that this is one of the things that he requests that I don't make that often. And the only reason why is because, guys, I hate peeling potatoes. And why am I peeling potatoes? We started doing them without peeling potatoes, whatever. Because I hate peeling potatoes. And yet here I am peeling potatoes. So this recipe, he will be able, it's going to be thick. He will be able to use this since I'm going to be away. His lunches, this is the one thing that he will eat multiple times, warm up every single day. So I'm going to make that for him so that he has that for when I'm gone. And then this has potatoes. Really, honestly, the amount of potatoes is totally up to you. I'm going to make a little bit more because my oldest son is coming for dinner tonight, and I'm going to pack some up for him too, for his lunches. So really, the potato amount is totally up to you. The longer you cook it, the thicker it's going to be. And a little trick is if it's a little bit too runny, add just a little bit of fake potatoes in a bag, and it'll help thicken it up. Or you can put flour in it. We don't do that, but and I typically don't put the fake potatoes in because this is enough. And then once you have your potatoes, you dice up your ham steak, if you can find it. Sometimes I've been having an issue finding ham steak. I've been having an issue finding chicken. I went to the grocery store yesterday and finally found chicken breast. It has been a minute since I have been able to find chicken breast. Of course, it's in the big thing, so I usually just cut that in half, and then that way we have several different breasts throughout the week that I can use. Okay, so back to the questions. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. So some of the questions I get asked. What is my favorite Pampered Chef product? Well, that is a hard question as well. So because it all depends. Are you looking at kitchen gadgets or appliances? If you're talking appliances, and anybody who follows me knows, hands down, it's my deluxe air fryer. I love the fact that it's just like our Easy Bake Oven from the past, where it is just like a little mini oven. You can see it there. You can see it there. And it has racks in it, trays in it, so you can use the trays instead of a basket. So that is my favorite. And yes, for a family of 4 and more, you can actually use just that and not your oven. It frees up so, like, my oven space and things like that. Also, summer's coming. So guess what? It's not going to heat up your kitchen like your oven would. All right. If you are tuning in, let me know if you're catching this live, replay, and if you share this out, let me know that you share it out. I need to give some gifts away in here anyway. That's why I'm going live in my VIP group and not on my personal page, because I want y'all to get the presents. Okay, so, and if you're talking gadgets, it would have to be my whipped cream maker. Now, I want to talk about that a minute, because I've had some people tell me that it leaks and it makes a mess. And if you go above that fill line at all, it's going to come out the top. Like, that's just a law of some kind of scientific law. What is that called? I don't know. But obviously, if there's not enough room to pump it, it's going to leak out. I love it because you can control. Guys, check out the ingredients in your whipped cream that you buy at the store. Unless you're going organic, even sometimes they have ingredients that you really just should not be ingesting. So you want to look for that. So that's why I like to make my own. First of all, it's affordable. Secondly, it's healthier. So that would be one of my favorites, is the whipped cream maker. What else? Oh my gosh, there's so many. The food chopper, I have that right in this cabinet, right at my fingertips at all times, because I like it. Plus, it's satisfying whenever you're chopping that. Let's see. Another, and probably, the new product, the cut and store containers. I have 4 of them now. So that's a favorite. And I've been asked that question, and I'm sitting here looking at it right now. So the cut and store containers, this lid is just like this cutting board. It's made just like that, so it's like a little mini cutting board, plus it's a storage container for, let's think about sports, whoever has kids in sports anymore. I do not, but guess what? If you're going to a winery, guess what? Put your cheese in there, put your little paring knife, and then you have yourself a cutting board and a container. So that's one of my favorites. It is dishwasher safe. There's just so many that I have that I use all the time. And of course, I will be using my enamel cast iron Dutch oven, my cast iron, whether it is the traditional, which you see I have back here. For my steak last night, I didn't clean it out right away, so I had to warm it and scrape it and re-season it. They're my favorite, and of course, the stainless steel pots and pans, or pans. So that is some of my favorites. All right, another question I was asked, it was in a comment and I did not get a chance to answer it, was what part of North Carolina did I live in? And no one really knows this about me, because I've been in Pennsylvania what did I say, like 30 years? So Pennsylvania, or North Carolina, see I have so many, North Carolina, Maryland, Pennsylvania. When I was little, I was born, first of all, in Baltimore. Stop! Boys! But my dad's family is actually from North Carolina. And that's where my dad lived. So once I was born, we moved down to North Carolina. Maybe I was a baby, maybe I was 2, I don't know. And that's where we lived. So that was in Castle Hayne, North Carolina, which I absolutely love. My aunt still lives there. So I legit have family down there who are from there. So, and not transplants. I also have family that's in Topsail Island, and I have family in Wilmington. We also lived, as we got older, moved to Maryland, and then North Carolina again. That was in Carolina Beach. we also lived in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I still have family there as well. So that was a question. All right, that was a question that I had. Pennsylvania, I lived in this area since I moved up here when I was 15, so nothing new there. And that's about it. That's about it with my personal life. Pampered Chef, I came about, in April will be 3 years, so if you're new here and you're just now following me, you may not know my journey. So my journey began in April of 2019. At that point, we still have a rental property, and it's actually right next door. And of course, when you're becoming a first-time landlord, you really don't know the laws and the rules and things like that just yet, but you tend to find out really quick. We've had, so we're on our third tenant, so that's not bad, right? Our first one was okay. Our second one was the one that really made us lose out on a lot of money, because as a landlord, if you still have mortgage on that place, you still have to pay that mortgage. So we were out quite a bit of money. My husband's cousin asked me if I thought about Pampered Chef, because I was looking for a second job, but I knew I could not have, and maybe some of you guys relate. If you relate, let me know below. Maybe you need that second job, but you really cannot get another scheduled, you can't work another job that requires a schedule, right? So at that time, I was working full-time as a telecom billing specialist, and that was 40 plus hours a week, and I started Pampered Chef. Little did I know, it really consumed me, because I was very addicted to it. Because I loved it. I loved meeting people. At that point, I really didn't love cooking. I really didn't have time to cook, but I did it anyway. And I found that I really do actually like it. So you don't really have to love to cook, and you don't really have to have a ton of time. So I was working full-time, plus I started this part-time for extra income. It got to the point that, because I told my husband, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to get the big kit, and my first thing that I need to do is earn that kit back. I wanted to get that, because it really isn't that much, but sometimes a little bit coming out of your pocket makes a big difference, right? So I said, that's my first thing, is making up that kit, the cost of the kit, which I did. And then the second thing was making sure that I can recover the funds that we lost during this rental. And thank gosh, I was able to do that. We were able to recover that money through my Pampered Chef business. And that was, I started in April, so probably about June I was able to do that. And then I started to grow pretty quickly. I just love meeting new people. I love helping people. I love, I'm just a very people person. I'm an introvert though. You would never believe that, but I am very much an introvert. Doing these lives make me sick in my stomach, just so you know. I do it because I force myself to do it. And it's the interaction that I get. But by December, I became a senior advanced director with Pampered Chef, and I was able to retire from my corporate job so I can do Pampered Chef full-time only. Everyone has to eat. Everyone was probably going to be cooking more at home. So actually, it was just great for me to help share like my knowledge and my skills that I didn't even know I had, guys. I had no idea that I had any of these cooking skills that I discovered, through this. So I met some amazing people. I created friendships that I would have never even got to meet had it not been for this business. I have a phenomenal team, and we just continue to grow, and we continue to help each other. This has, I'm a very firm believer that you are who you surround yourself with. And there was a point in my life where I wasn't happy with who I was. I wasn't happy of who I became. And then I quickly turned that around with this business. It has been very, very, very rewarding, and you actually get out of it what you put into it. So it's how you work it is totally up to you. So I was able to do that. I also earned all the trips that I was able to within those 3 years. So the first year I earned Disney for family of 4. Sadly, that's right when, once we were supposed to go on that trip, that's right when COVID happened. And things shut down and my son was leaving for the Navy. So I really couldn't figure out how to reschedule or when to take that trip. So they do give you an alternate reward, which we took. And then last year, I earned the trip to Bahamas to highest level 2 elite. And you know what? It's because I am having so much fun. Level 2 elite. And then this year I earned Puerto Rico, level 2, that we leave actually in May. So it has been, some people may disagree, some people may agree. It has been a blessing for me, but I work it the way I want to work a full-time business too. And that just means I work a lot. Anytime you start a new business or a new career, you work until you understand it and you get to know it, and you know what, you push through all the obstacles. And that's what I've been doing. Plus, I've been having so much fun. Like, to me, this is not work. This is, I'm working from home. I'm doing things for my family that I wouldn't be able to do if I was working for a corporate job. I have been there for my mom the last 10 years, but really the last 2 years. And when she passed away in July, I feel like we had a great relationship because I was there more for her and I was able to take my business there. So when I say flexibility, I don't mean if you're trying to make a full-time career out of it. I don't mean taking off weeks at a time. I mean just taking your business with you, like I did when we went to Daytona. And like I will probably do when we go to Puerto Rico. So it's really all what you put into it. And I am here to help if you need it or then if you want it. So that's me in a nutshell. That's how I came to Pampered Chef. I became an advanced director. And I love it. Like, I just love everything about this business. I love everybody that I'm working with. So many positive people, and I think that in this world, that's what we need right now. But that is it. What other questions do I get asked a lot? Let me think here. All right, so we put the potatoes in. I think I'm getting, that's pepper. I'm gonna add some pepper and salt to this now. Maybe not. And then what we are going to do is, let's cut up this ham steak. We are going to dice this up. Now, Brent likes to have his in uniform slices, the potatoes and the ham, so they match. So that's what I try to do. Yes, my family is very spoiled. We're going to put that in. And I'm going to hop off for right now. And then I'll hop back on with the finished product. Meanwhile, if you're catching a replay, let me know you're catching a replay. If you're watching live, #live. If you share this out, make sure you let me know that too. And I'm going to hop off because I'm sure you don't want to see me doing this. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, drop them below and I'll answer them when I come back live. I hope you guys have a fabulous Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, early afternoon. I'll chat with you guys later.